have to look at building an organization. There is a big difference between, again, I point out, let's say a B2C company, a Facebook or an Instagram or a WhatsApp, which kind of is the big thing that a lot of people carry in their heads, compared to let's say a company where you have to not only make B2C sales, but you also have to really push hard into the B2B world. You need to build your entire organization, and that means not just the technology and the solution, but also market segment, deep analysis, deep understanding, pricing, marketing, sales, operations, HR, recruitment, retention, all of those. So with that, let's shift from the lab to market challenges to the scaling up challenges. And as I said, scaling up essentially requires that the startup addresses and builds all parts of its organization with equal attention and make them equally strong. Because as they famously say, the weakest link decides the strength of the chain. So if one critical part of your organization, one function, if it's very weak, the organization is going to suffer because it's going to be limited by the performance and productivity and efficiency of that particular function. So if I briefly list all the different pieces that a startup at a scaling stage, typically from after post Series A, when they start getting into that stage, getting into Series B and Series C, they have to be thinking about not only the solution, they have to have a very deep understanding of the market. They know they've got a marketing plan, go-to-market plan. They are addressing their sales very effectively. There's got to be very clear sales strategy and sales tactics on how they are going to bring their customers in. On top of it, there is operations. There is business support to the customers. Typically in a B2B world, when you sell your solution, product or service or a combination, you're expected to provide support, and that's part and parcel of this whole package. And then continuous technology improvement, which is probably the strength of many players, but it is not something to be forgotten. It's not just in the software world, even in the hardware world. Continuous technology improvement is a key aspect so that the competitors don't overtake you. As I mentioned, operations, which involves various aspects, including people recruitment, retaining people, motivating people, back office systems, what kind of a back office systems you're going to put up, and sales compensation plan, and all aspects really come into play once you start talking about scaling up. And in order to achieve this, they need to build the organization. They need to start getting professional, because the board of directors or advisors are, it's normally a very small group in the beginning, when you're at the early stage, when you're focusing so much on building the solution and piloting it. But once you're moving from pilot to production type of an approach, you really need to start thinking about how the organization is going to look like, what type of people, what type of experience, what type of skill sets you need to bring into the team. And each of those functions, the verticals, the skill sets, form a piece of the puzzle. All the pieces have to come together in order for the business to be able to scale up.